Hi, this is tkviper, and today I'm going to show you my latest homemade Shakuhachi Earth Model flute. This is the longest flute I've ever made. It is 72 centimeters. And it's called a Nishaku-san. It means 2 feet and 3 inches in the traditional measuring system, where there are 10 inches in a foot. So basically it's 2.3 feet, okay? And it is very long, very long. So if you have small hands, you may not be able to play this. I've offset the key, the hole here, so that your fingers can reach better. So for people with small hands, you can still kind of reach. And if you can't reach with your ring finger, you can also use your pinky instead of your ring finger, which is quite a stretch. I'd say about 4 inches apart for the holes. These two and then these two here. So you have to have a pretty wide stretch. As you can see, I am babysitting today. Here's my new baby, Ashley. Say hi. Hi. And you can also see my bamboo material there for making flutes. I've made about, I think, 30 different types of flutes. Mostly shakuhachi, but 30 pieces of instruments. These are my guitars, Yamaha, Washburn, and this one is a Chinese Guqin zither. It's basically like a huge bass, and you play it like a fretless bass. Very beautiful instrument as well. But today it's about this flute, my best creation thus far. And to protect the mouthpiece, I made my own cover here, which is very important, because if this piece gets cracked or chipped, you're not going to be able to produce sound with it. As you can see, all the holes are very nicely made, all circular, around 10 millimeters across. 2 up here for your left hand. Again, you can use your ring finger or your pinky, and then for your right hand, your index and your ring finger, and 1 more hole in the back for your left thumb. So 5 holes. It's a pentatonic, minor pentatonic scale. This one being an A minor pentatonic, which means you can play all G major songs. So definitely a very nice flute to go with a lot of Western music, where a lot of songs are based in the G scale. Okay, so let's take up the top and hear how it sounds. It's a very long flute, so it's going to have a very low sound when you're playing the low octave. Very easy to play. It goes up to the 2nd octave, the higher octave, very easily. It's one of the best flutes I've ever made. You can go to the 2nd octave, the higher octave, very easily on this flute. Not much effort on blowing. But you do have to practice so that your lips can tighten themselves into a very, very small space, so that you can hit those high notes. And that is the hardest part about playing the shakuhachi flute, is you have to kind of make your mouth evolve so that it can, produce that kind of air power into the flute. So very hard. Sometimes they say it takes months, for some people years, to get the right sound. So definitely a very hard flute to master. Once you get it, it sounds really beautiful. And with all shakuhachis, you hear not only a note, you hear also a slight buzzing sound, because when you blow it really hard, it buzzes, vibrates this little piece here, the thinnest piece of the bamboo. Basically, we cut it at a 30-degree angle to create a very sharp blade-like blowing edge. And if you blow hard enough, not just hard, but if your air, the stream of air is tight enough, you know, using your lips to make the opening very small, it's going to vibrate this piece here, and therefore creating that little ringing buzz. And without that sound, you are not playing the shakuhachi, or you are not making a real shakuhachi sound. So let's see if you can hear it. Did you hear the little ringing buzz? That is important. That's the same as the Chinese flute, the Chinese horizontal flute. But instead of making the sound here, they have an extra hole where you put a little piece of paper material called a hymen, very thin piece of paper. And when you blow it, it vibrates that paper to create that buzzing sound. This right here is just built into the instrument. It's called an air reed, like a reed of a saxophone, except it's air. You don't touch it, you just blow into it. Saxophone, you use your lips to clam it together, causing your lips to vibrate that reed to create that buzzing sound on the saxophone. On the Japanese shakuhachi, you have to do it without touching it, which is pretty hard. If you don't blow strong enough, or if your mouth is not tight enough, you're going to hear this instead. Sounds very soft. You don't get that sound. And there you go, the A Minor Pentatonic Shakuhachi Earth Model flute that I made. Very beautiful. It's a huge piece of bamboo, very nice to hold. It can work as a very nice piece of bamboo for fighting. And in the past in Japan, that's what samurais used when their swords were outlawed. They used a piece of bamboo, the shakuhachis, to fight, just like this. Alright, I hope you enjoy watching this video and that you learned something today. Please rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and tell your friends about my two channels, tkviper and tkviper tech. Thanks. I'll see you again next time.